Hi, I'm James from James Does Things, and in today's video I wanted to talk about what to do when a buyer doesn't pay. I've seen lots of different people with lots of different ideas about this and lots of opinions. My own personal opinion is generally people tend to pay either almost straight away, so like definitely within the hour, or at least within, and then I'd say that's about half the people. The other half of the people tend to pay within the next 24 hours, and then beyond that, you do get some outliers. You do get some people who pay like 3 days later, that kind of thing. But generally speaking, if they haven't paid after 24 hours, most of those don't pay. That's just me. That's just what I found. You know, I tend to sell. Okay, I sell things from around my house, but I sell. In the past, I've sold coins, Pokemon cards, collectibles, that kind of thing. So that's and phones. So that's my kind of experience with those kind of things. I would argue that the worst kind of time wasters are the people who say, "Oh hi, yeah, I'm gonna sorry I haven't paid yet. I'm gonna pay next week when I get paid. I'm gonna pay you on Friday." In my experience, even if those people get in touch with you on messages and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay," they never pay. They're just literally, they have no business being on eBay because they've got no money. And it's like, okay, it's okay not having any money, but you know, lots of people don't have any money, but you don't go buying stuff if you've got no money. And there are, it doesn't happen very often, but it has happened a few times where people say, "Oh, yeah, I'll just," you know, and it's like, whenever I get a message like that, I just say no straight away. Okay, so first of all, what are your options when someone doesn't pay? The main options are, you can send them a message and say, "Look, please pay." You can second chance offer it, which is a relatively new thing. It's only been out a few years, which is an option that lets you offer it to the second highest bidder if there is one. That's quite good too. I've only used it a couple of times, but it is quite handy. The third option is you can just relist it. That's what happens most of the time, I would say, and I suppose part of it is like, how soon do you do those two things? How soon do you message people? How soon do you relist it? Do you kind of take the chance of, going for another auction, going through that whole process again, and risk losing that money that maybe you'll get, maybe if you just wait another day you get it, or maybe maybe you're just wasting your time and they're never going to pay. So that's how to think of it, really. They're your options. Okay, so the auction's finished, but the buyer hasn't paid. How soon do you get in touch with them? How soon do you relist it? Should you second chance offer it? Here's what I do. So if I put an auction up and I get a winning bid, usually my auctions always finish between, I would say, 6 and 10 p.m. in the evening. So what I tend to do is I definitely give people until the next morning before I do anything. So I won't usually send any payment invoices or anything like that. The only exception to that is when someone's bought multiple things. So like, for instance, at the moment I've got like between 5 and 10 auctions ending every day this week. So if I can see that someone's won 3 different auctions, and that's all they've got, then I will combine postage. So I'll send them an invoice, but I'll actually knock a bit of postage off. And that's also quite a good way of, sometimes people will deliberately not pay until you've done that because they're expecting you to do that. So that's a great way of getting people to pay, and pay quickly. And it also helps them because they get a cheaper deal, and they're only paying for the postage that they're using. So that's a good way of doing it. But failing that, I would definitely wait until the following morning. If it's something that's expensive, I would say, particularly if it's something that somebody bid on at the last minute and they won, so they were watching it when they won it, then I'd get in on the next morning. So maybe by 10 a.m. the next morning, I'd send them a message, or I'd at least, there's an option that says send payment details. So I would do that. The only time I wouldn't do that is if, this was one, if it didn't go for as much as I wanted, and I kind of didn't want them to win it, so I could relist it. Particularly if maybe it wasn't the end of the month. Maybe I think, oh, if I wait to the end of the month after payday, maybe I'll get more for it, that kind of thing. Or if, say, I could improve the listing, so I thought, well, the photos weren't very good, or I didn't put enough photos, and my description didn't, that kind of thing. Maybe I missed something off the photos, like a power lead or a box or a manual, that kind of thing. Another reason would be, if you've got more auctions finishing soon, you could have a quick look through your bids and see if that person is bidder on any of them. Even if they're not, they might just be waiting. So that's another reason, particularly if you've got very similar things. Like at the moment, I've got loads of auctions for Pokemon cards, so I've not really been hassling people when they've not paid. I've got like 4 or 5 unpaid at the moment, but I've had some of them went for about 2 or 3 days without paying, but then they paid. So I've been leaving people alone just in case they want to bid on other stuff, and then do a combined postage auction, which is fair enough. Or if it was, let's say if it was something, say if it was like a phone and you know, something of quite a bit of value, not just a 99p auction, like let's say £30, something like that, and I needed the money, then probably the next morning I would send them, I wouldn't send them a message, I would just send another reminder, because eBay gives them a reminder when they win, says you need to pay now, and then if you send them an invoice, even if it's exactly the same thing, the postage hasn't changed, whatever, it's just the same email, just another nudge, because people might see it and it's like, oh, it's 9 o'clock, I'm watching my favourite serial, you know, I'm watching Netflix, whatever, no, I'll do it tomorrow. So 10 o'clock, you know, most people are up by then, if not already at work or whatever, you know, at least even on the weekends, they're probably up. So a little nudge, maybe 10 AM in the morning the next day. If they still don't pay, what I would tend to do is, if it's once it gets to the next day, so maybe later that evening, I would send them a message and say, hi, do you still want this? Because if not, I'm going to relist it, that kind of thing. And that's, so I would say 24 hours, that's when I would start thinking about contacting them. And or the thing is, if you send them a message saying, hi, do you want this? Then really you should probably give them another 24 hours to respond before you second chance it. You are within your rights to second chance it anyway. If it's something, if you know that they were, if they bid on it literally the last second, okay, it could be an eBay sniper order. You know, I've had that with phones before, where someone's trying to buy a phone and they bid on like 5 phones and they win 3 of them, and then they only pay for 1. So yeah, it's one of those, you've got to judge it, but you can be ruthless if you want. If you need that money, there've been times when I've auctioned stuff and I needed that money, you know, and I need that money to pay a bill or for whatever, stop myself going overdrawn. So yeah, you've got to take a judgment. But usually I would say after 24 hours, I'll probably send them a message, as well as nudging them the following morning. And then nothing nasty, because it happens, you know, people cancel bids, people bid for 5 things when they only want 1. But then I would think about second chance offering it to people. Second chance offers are okay, but it's always a lower price and it's always quite frustrating. And often people, you know, they've already found their other thing that they want. Depends how unique your item is. So yeah, so that's how I would approach it. If you've sent someone a message and they still haven't responded after 24 hours, that's when I would definitely get into, I would just cancel their order. You could try second chance offers, to offer it to the next high bidder. There's often, certainly with my auctions, there often isn't a second chance to send it to anyone. You just get 1 bidder and then they pay or they don't. So yeah, I would do after 24 hours after they've not responded to your message, then I would send, so probably 48 hours after the end of the auction, that's when I'd be saying, right, either I'm relisting it or I'm going to second chance offer it. The problem with relisting it is that, let's say I quite like to finish my auctions on a Sunday evening, so that they've had a weekend where they're ending soon. So yeah, that's how I'm sort of maximise my auction views. So after 48 hours, that's going to be like Tuesday evening. Don't really want to end that auction on a Tuesday. I could relist it for 5 days, but then it probably won't be free to list it. So again, it depends. If it was a phone and it's worth £50, £100, then ending up, you know, spending 15p for a kind of, or whatever it is, 30p for an auction listing that's not 7 days instead of a free one, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. But certainly at the moment I'm selling lots of cards, and my starting listing fee is 99p. Sorry, my starting bid is 99p, and then 99p postage. So if I've got to pay 15, 20, 30p into that, you know, then it's not worth it. So I don't want to relist those kind of cards. So you gotta weigh it up really. Do you relist it straight away if second chance isn't an option? It's important to to get it back though, it's important to tell eBay that they've not paid, because then you get your fee back, which can be quite considerable. So when you tell eBay that someone hasn't paid, there are several options, but you can usually just go in and cancel it. I pretty much always put, when people haven't paid, I always put buyer requested to cancel, because it's the only one I think out of those, because the other options are things like, oh, I listed it wrong. So it's kind of telling eBay, I don't know how it works in the eBay backend, if it has any weighting at all, but I don't really want to be telling eBay that I'm doing it wrong. So any of the options that are things like, I ran out of stock, it was damaged, the postage was wrong, anything like that, you don't want any of that. If they're not paying, then it's them, and it's they've requested to cancel, which is a valid option. I'd be really interested to hear what you think about this topic. I think lots of people have got an opinion on this and different strategies, so do let me know your experiences. How long do you wait before sending people a message? How long do you wait before relisting or second chance offering? How much luck have you had with second chance offers? I've sent quite a lot out in the past, but I've only ever had like 1 or 2 take it up, and I think that was for phones, where I had lots of bidders. For most other things I've never been able to use it, but do let me know the sorts of things you've sold, the sorts of things that second chance offers have worked on. Yeah, I'm just interested to hear your experiences and your opinions. How long do you wait? How long do you, what kind of messages are an instant red flag for you? That kind of thing. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thanks very much, bye bye.